to the fun and mentals of real estate. Yeah, real estate can be fun. You can make a lot of money in real estate. You can enjoy your dream lifestyle. And it can also be hard mentally. It's one of the top 5 stressors in life, so there is a big mental side to real estate. It either scares you or it excites you. Hi, I'm Angela Dillman with Keller Williams Realty Chesterfield here in St. Louis, and this is my co-host,
Glen Calvin, Guild Mortgage, St. Louis, Missouri.
Between the two of us, we have like 70 years experience in real estate. I mean, ouch, I think I was 10 when I started. What about you, Glenn?
Same thing.
I
Time
just
goes
can't
by
be that
fast.
old.
That's all I'll
Oh my
say.
gosh.
Yeah.
One thing we're super passionate about is helping you build wealth, live your dream lifestyle, and leave legacies that matter all at the same time through real estate. So, in our first episode here, I have one big question for you.
All right.
Will the cost of living double in your lifetime? What if it does?
Well, that's a great question. You're going to want to be prepared. And what happens in the future, we kind of get a gauge by looking backwards. And things sure are a lot more expensive than when I was a kid.
Yeah, they sure are. So what in the world are you going to do about it? Are you going to have 2 nickels to rub together when you retire? Are you going to be able to send your kids through college? Or even going to be able to put food on the table? I remember the very first time I heard this, it was scary. I was like, wow, doubles? Like, it could double? I don't even know how to wrap my head around the fact that my mortgage could double,
Yeah.
right? Like, I don't even know what that means. So we're here to break this down for you. So let's start with the fun side of real estate. So the fun side is that you get to live your dream lifestyle, right?
Sure, yeah.
So whether you got the house full of kids and it's time for the 4-bedroom 2-story, or, maybe you want a farm like Glenn.
Yeah. I love it. Maybe you want to be closer to school.
Maybe you want school, work, grandkids. Maybe you need to downsize into the villa.
Tired of going up the steps.
Right.
Yeah.
So there's a dream lifestyle of the moment in your life that you can live in your home, and all at the same time, you can leave a legacy that matters.
Heck yeah.
You're like, what in the world do you mean leave a legacy with a house? Can I leave a legacy with a house, Glenn?
Of course you can. We see it all the time.
Well, there you go. So you celebrate your family. It's a great family legacy in a house. Celebrate your birthdays, celebrate the holidays, celebrate all your milestones. Like, are you 60 yet, Glenn?
Yes.
So we celebrated our 60th birthdays,
yeah.
right? Okay, so all at the same time, you can leave a financial legacy. So you can pass it on to your heirs.
We talked about this earlier. Most people's net worth is where?
In their home.
Yeah.
Right, it's probably one of your biggest assets. But there's the mental side of real estate, too. What's the mental side, Glenn?
That can be so daunting. Is it a seller's market? Is it a buyer's market? Are interest rates up or interest rates low? What if I make that wrong decision? You're right. One of the top 5 stressful events in all of life is buying a house. How do I get started? Did I make a bad decision? I mean, it can just be so daunting and stressful. Stress is a great word.
Stress is a great word, but most people don't like change.
No.
You like change?
No, what do they say? That the baby with a dirty diaper is the only person that likes
Oh, only
change.
person that likes change.
Yes.
That's a good way to say it. So this means that you have to think about things differently if you want to build wealth. Here's a great definition of wealth that I heard recently. And it says that wealth is making your money work for you.
That's a great point.
Instead of your money working for someone else.
What would be an example of my money working for somebody else?
Well, if you're renting, your money's working for someone else.
For the landlord, yeah.
Yeah.
Credit cards?
Credit cards. If you're not paying them off every month and you're paying interest, your money's working for someone else. Right?
That's such a great way to look at it. So simple.
So simple. So if you can make this switch in your thinking, you can look at real estate as a great investment. Right?
So right now when I think about my money, I think about how crazy expensive things have gotten just over the last 2 years.
Just over the last 2 years.
We were talking about a loaf of bread the other day.
Yeah. So not only will the cost of living double in your lifetime, but if you're in your 20s, it will double at least 3 times in your lifetime. It doubles every 20 years. Did you know that? Every 20 years. It's a little scary, y'all. So that's why we're bringing this conversation up.
Here we are, because we talked about this. What's on everybody's mind right now, the people I talk to, inflation. They're talking about going out to dinner, how much more that is, filling up their gas tank, the grocery store. It's just crazy. But
yeah, it's mind-blowing.
There's one silver lining with inflation.
Oh, there's one silver lining.
There
There is one good thing
Always in
about
the dark
inflation,
cloud, right?
is that if you're in an investment that keeps up with inflation, you make money. And real estate is the one avenue that does keep up with inflation. So the silver lining is if you own a home, your house value just went up.
Yeah.
Just went up. So if you embrace this mental of the cost of living doubling every 20 years, you can make a plan. You can make it work for you.
You want to have your money working for you, and the best way to do that, I think, is real estate, because we've all got that cost of shelter. I mean, we're paying rent, or we're paying our parents to stay in the basement, and we're not on that train. You know, we have an economist here at Guild, a friend of mine named David Batney, and he talks about the real estate train, and it's not easy to get on, but once you're on that train, every month you make that payment, you're paying that principal down, and as we've seen in the last 3 years, crazy times, that house is going up in value.
That's right. I decided probably about 15 years ago. So if you're young and you're listening to this, I'm so happy for you, because it took me a long time to figure this out, that the world's a little crazy and I need to buffer against the craziness of the world. And part of the craziness in the world is the cost of things. And I didn't think they would go up as fast as they have. And so I decided I need to make enough investments. I need to get my money working for me and make more money than I ever think I would need to. Because by the time, if you're in your 20s and you think, man, I just had $1 million in the bank, I'd be golden when I retire. No. If you think you need $1 million, by the time you get there, you need $3 million.
It's just crazy.
All right.
Crazy. I know you bought a condo recently, didn't you?
I bought a condo, and just right at the beginning of COVID, I made $150,000 on it. I'm like, oh my God, it's up 150. You just don't know. The time to get into real estate is really now. So back in the downturn of 2008, I was like, wow, I didn't think real estate would ever come back. I mean, it was like walking off a cliff.
Yes.
Whoop, done. Real estate decline. However, according to Freddie Mac, there's never ever been a 10-year period where real estate has not risen in value.
It's amazing. David brought that up. You can actually go to their website and look it up. It is incredible. It's one of the safest investments that you can make. And really, it's an investment that you can use.
Yes.
Your car doesn't go up in value.
No.
Your clothes don't go up in value. You eat your food.
That's right.
But a home is just an amazing tool, because it gives you the lifestyle you talked about, a place to live those legacies, to raise your family, to have those moments. But it also is a great vehicle for investment and can catapult you into the future with the rise in the home value.
Yeah. Do you ever see somebody buy a bigger home and you think, oh my gosh, their payment probably doubled? Or, wow, they must have got this like awesome raise at work.
Are they making a whole lot more money than I am?
Yeah. But they haven't. What they did was they got in the real estate game early. They built some equity, and they used that to catapult them to their next dream lifestyle. So they started in their starter house, and all of a sudden they're living in this big 4-bedroom, 2-story with a beautiful yard, because they invested in real estate early.
They sold that house. Now they've got the big down payment to put on the bigger house.
That's right. So do payments typically double when people do that, Glenn?
No, they don't, because they're putting so much money down.
They're putting so much money down.
Yeah.
More often than not, what we see is the payment not only maybe stays the same, but raises only a few hundred.
Yeah, and people start making more money as they get older, and their income does increase, so they can absorb that higher payment. But the ones that started early with homeownership has such a leg up on those people that didn't, because they've got that boost in that equity from that first house they bought. So that's what I'm excited about this podcast, that we're going to spend however long it takes to educate people, to teach you, and how to get on that train, so that your money, I love that wealth building, your money is working for you and not somebody else.
And not somebody else. That's what we're here to talk about. So next week we're going to be talking about how to get on the train. So we're not going to just talk to first-time homebuyers, though, about that, are we?
No.
This conversation is for those not only who are renting, but if you're a parent or grandparent.
That's the legacy we just talked about.
That's
helping your children, helping your grandkids. This is going to be fun.
That's right. And so there's going to be tips and tricks of how to help your kids and your grandkids build their credit.
Yes.
If your kid's going away to college, there's a special loan out there to buy a place with your child. I mean,
and we're going to get more basic than that. We're going to have a budget so you can know where your money's going. I think that's really the first step.
Yep.
We all work so hard and we put so much effort into our vocation, our employment, all that. We need to take that money, get it working for us, but first step, know where it's going.
Right. So subscribe to the podcast. Listen again to us next week. My website is angeladillman.com. You can download some of the slides and some of the information from Freddie Mac off of there if you just need something visual to tell you that the cost of living will double every 20 years.
Yeah, we'll put this in the podcast too. Mine is glencalvin.com. Got lots of tips, tools, and things to help you get started.
Until next week, will we see you then?